visuals, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we talk about absolutely anything to do about our favourite Black Widow pose. Unfunny meme there. I like to do funnies at the start of pose. I'm not funny, but regular visuals will understand that. Let's get on with the video. Visuals, it's one of my favourite Pokemon Thursday videos to ever do, and it is my Team 4, that's right. So we basically get a Pokemon game, in this case it's Pokemon Scarlet, and we say what team we used to complete that game. We've become champion, earned gym badges, basically end the game with this team, what we liked about this team, all the shenanigans and whatnot. And this was definitely a intriguing team because I talked about it in the review. Go check out my review for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet if you have not already. This Dex wasn't overly fantastic for me. Also going to be doing a couple of lists of my least favourite and my favourite Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet, Generation 9 Pokemon, in the next couple of weeks coming up. I don't know if it's going to be my favourite then least favourite, or whichever way around it's going to be. It wasn't the strongest Dex, but when I start a new Pokemon game, I like to try, and I don't know whether that was a hiccup or a burp, to try and use Pokemon from that region, from that generation, in my team, so I can have a better in-depth look at new Pokemon. It would be a bit shit, I think, personally, if I went into a game and only used the Pokemon that we've absolutely, the Arcanines that are in this game, the Heracrosses, even though I adore them sort of Pokemon. Let's have a look at some of the new ones. But anyway, visuals, we've done Pokemon Scarlet. We will be doing a Violet team at some point. We'll see how long we can milk the Scarlet and Violet trend in, hashtags as long as we possibly can, because we're not very creative on the channel. Well, let's take a look at my team for Pokemon Scarlet. Please let me know your teams in the comments below. Let me know what you think of my team, your likes and dislikes and whatnot, because no one can be wrong here. No matter what Pokemon you get, a fucking a Mamoswine, if you adore that Pokemon, you're right. If you hate it, you're right. It's all subjective in Pokemon. None of us can be wrong. But please let me know if you like these particular teams or any of the Pokemon on my team. And if you like Generation 9's Pokedex, then the Pokemon that were introduced in this generation, are you up or you down, you medium, you meh, are you love these ones? What do you think of the starters, to be fair, actually? That's the biggest question, because personally, I think this is maybe the weakest, design-wise at least, starters we've ever had. But anyway, here's my team. Starting off our list is our starter, and as you can tell, we started off with Fuecoco, but ended up with Skelleridge. I might be pronouncing some of the names wrong. I'm still yet to hear them properly, clearly. Until the animes come out, I really sort of pronounce them how I read it, and I read like a fucking idiot. So I read Skelleridge. But yes, we've got Skelleridge. Traditionally, on my playthroughs, I always go Grass type. Grass type are my favourites, but Quaxley and not Litleo, Sprigatito did absolutely nothing for us. But with Fuecoco, there was something there that I enjoyed. I thought, I like the look of you. I'm curious how you're to end up. Even though I did spoil it for myself before the games come out, I saw the leaks of how it fully ended up. And Skelleridge, even though it's the best looking out of all three of them, the fully evolved starters, it's still a little bit funny. I like what they tried to do there. Fire Ghost isn't necessarily a type that I adore. I like the body, the whole crocodile, alligator, whichever one it is, look to it. It's the colouring on the face that doesn't quite sit right with me. The Blasphelian sort of looking dots and whatnot. And I think they've got a little firebird. Is it to replicate, sometimes birds sit on the roofs of the mouths or the noses of alligators and stuff when they're in the water and shit. Something about it's a little bit off. The Ghost Rider flames sort of coming out the mouth are kind of cool. But it was sort of like the best of a bad bunch for me. Fuecoco was amazing, but it just went downhill. But I ended the game with Skelleridge. Next up is Spidops. I don't know what it is, right? Last generation, Sword and Shield, I looked at Slizopede, a bug type, and I thought, something about you I just absolutely adore. I looked at Spidops and thought, there's something about you I just absolutely adore. I don't know what it is. There's something about bug Pokemon lately that I fell in love with. I love the way he stood there with his little pose and his dumb little face. And to be fair, actually, I've got my Switch handy because I knew I was going to do this. The fourth Pokemon I counted was a Tarantula. And it was a shiny. I had no idea it was a shiny, but it popped up. It did the battle. It popped up as a shiny. I thought, I was going to have you on my team anyway. Now I have a shiny one. I'll bring my bad boy up in a second when we get there, when it loads up. But Spidops is he wasn't the most nifty and amazing Pokemon to have on the team, but there was I don't know what it is. Where I've just chucked my bad boy out. Come on, show the visuals. The way that he moves about. You see, usually he should be like greeny and sort of brown. Oh no, God! Oh, this is weird playing it like this. I'm like, oh, go that way, go this way. Where's he at? Where's he gone? Spine ups. Where the fuck you gone, son? I've lost my boy. Where you at, you shine? Oh, he's there. He's back. I wanted to like do the animation of it. Look at it. Look at him walking about, the little shiny freak. I don't know why. I fucking love that. He's just so happy and dumb. But I fell in love with him. So Spine Ups was on the team. Stop it, Excalibur. I think I fell in love with the name of this. The whole line for me was absolutely outstanding. I loved, especially the whole film. I can't remember the name of the middle evolution now. The whole sort of like dinosaur raptor sort of looking thing, and a Excalibur. The only thing with Excalibur, when you look at him from behind, you're just like, you're bold, you ain't you, mate? You are a bold boy, because he's got the whole face thing going on, like the little whatever it is, the light blue bits, and he's just bold. I quite like the typing. Dragon Ice is quite cool. Obviously, it just reminds me of Kyurem, and Kyurem's an OG. Well, at this point, it feels like an OG, even though he's Generation 5. An absolute beast. And I like to have pseudos. This is the pseudo legendary for this generation. And I got him quite, obviously, late on in the game. I went through most of the game with just 5 Pokemon, because I knew when I had a quick little brief look at the decks, I thought, I'm going to get you on the team. I like the name's amazing. It's obviously based on Excalibur and stuff. The whole pointy, swordy thing at the back. His unique move that he's got, awesome. Great Pokemon. Next up, it's probably one of the best designed Pokemon of the generation. I think it's the Pikachu clone. It's Pawmot. Electric fighting. Very, very small. I didn't realise how small the whole line was. When you're in battle, you've the pre-evolutions, Pawmot, whatever, and you're like, oh my god, you want to have Dinky. And the way you evolve as well, because I didn't know how you evolved it. I saw the design, and I thought it was a level up basis, but I've got it running around in the wild, and all of a sudden it evolved. I thought, oh shit, but now I realise it's 1,000 steps when you're walking around in the open areas and stuff. But yeah, I love electric fighting. I think it's a cool type matchup. Design was cool. The whole line was fun. It has that, something I always say on these Pokemon videos, it has a very Pokemon-y Pokemon feel. So yeah, Pawmot. Next up, it's, again, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, I know I am, but it's one of the ones that got revealed quite early-ish on. It's Grafaifi. Grafaifi. G-R-A-F-A-I-A. I've pronounced it Grafaifi the whole time. We didn't see its pre-evolution in the little trailer, but this was another little badass that just sort of, it stood out to me. He's quite fucking adorable with his big ears and his big eyes, and he's stood there because he's got his middle finger bent out, because that's the one that he uses for his little painting and whatnot. I absolutely fell in love with this little shit straight away. I thought, I'm going to have you on the team. Having normal type, normal poison type, because normal type doesn't really do much for me, because, like, what is normal? Like, fire, you've got the fire element, water element, electric, normal, I'm just normal. And obviously it doesn't bring much to it. The poison element, I don't mind poison types. But his overall design, I just thought it was absolutely great. The tail look out the back. I could see me, if I was in the real Pokemon world, having one of these little bad boys on my shoulder. And he was one of the absolute saving graces for me of the Gen 9 Pokedex. He stood out straight away. Fell in love with him. Next up, something that made me just giggle my little ass off. It's Toedscruel, who is now a ground grass Pokemon, and it is not a region. It's like the whole Wiglet thing. It's not a region exclusive or regional variant. It's the same Pokemon, but a little bit different. It's like if the evolutionary branch, because obviously these grew up here, so they're like this, and this Tentacruel usually live in the water. Straight away, I prefer him than its counterpart, Tentacruel. I prefer this one to the original OG boy we got. I love the whole idea of it's this mushroomy, tentacly sort of thing, just growing out there in the grass. I love the ground grass typing. Obviously, it's very Torterra, but Torterra is grass ground, not ground grass. I love the design. I think it looks cool. I love the little nozzly thing he has in the middle. And he was very nifty and handy on the team. He was super duper strong for me. Obviously set up with some cool ground moves. Energy ball, and that was chucked in there. He was so handy and so useful. Obviously, any ice types and whatnot that come along absolutely fucked me up. But yeah, I fell in love with this design as well straight away. Plus, it felt quite nice. I like when they revamp old Pokemon. Like I said, it's not just Dogatry or Alolan kind or anything like that. It's a brand new Pokemon with a similar sort of design, but completely new at the same time. And that whole thing I love, because it's another way for me to appreciate Tentacruel, even though it isn't Tentacruel, it's just the branch thing. I've rambled on there very much about Toadscruel, but Toadscruel. And there we go, visuals. Hopefully in some, these are the best pictures I can get with my lack of internet exploration of the Pokemon. That's my team down below. That's what I use. That's what I finished the game with, become champion with, got the last couple of badges with. Obviously did most of the fight, the Team Star stuff. I honestly, this team, I don't know if they made people weak in this, like the champion. I was able to absolutely obliterate the champion with ease. Your rival was an absolute cakewalk, as they say in America. I don't know if they made them weaker or if I just found a nice balanced team. Obviously, there's no water type on there. It's the first time I've probably never had a water type in a playthrough. I usually always go for water type. I was going to use, because I did actually catch one, the water dragon little sushi thing, and I just thought, because I loved his face. It was like the little eyebrow, like not eyebrow, but it's like, looked at you like that, and I thought, I don't know how, do I like it because it's sushi and I don't like sushi. There was something there that wasn't quite there, but I thought design-wise you're quite fun. But it was, obviously, he wasn't going to get used and I went for this overall team. But personally, they all did well for me. They all relatively look okay. Skelet Scourge is a little bit meh, but my team. We have visuals. That was my team for Pokemon Scarlet. Like I said, we will do my team for Violet at some point in the future going forward. We've got my least favourite, my favourites coming in the next couple of weeks. But visuals, what did you think of my team? What did you think of your own teams? Who did you have on your team? Whatever. Anything you want to let me know about these Pokemon. But the visuals, more importantly, thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the rest. Always keep being you and keep on keeping out.